We are going to discuss about preventive pediatrics part 2. Before that, we discussed in part 1 what are the topics we completed in preventive pediatrics, that is concept of preventive pediatrics, definition and classification. After that, we completed maternal and child health, reproductive and child health, about breastfeeding, baby friendly hospital initiatives, weaning. Next, we discussed ICDS program, immunization program, and about school health services. Those topics we completed in previous session, that is part 1. Yes, today we are going to discuss about preventive pediatrics part 2. Hi, this is Shansi. Today topic is child welfare. Child welfare services and institutions concerned with the physical, social, and psychological well being of children, particularly children suffering from the efforts of poverty or lacking normal parental care and supervision. That is called about child welfare. Here, the child welfare services may apply only the essential measures to keep children alive, such as emergency feeding, shelter, and simple public health precautions. The general standards of living, the level of education, and the financial resources of the country are among the factors that determine child welfare standards. This is about the child welfare. What are the needs of the child welfare? 1 million out of 21 million babies born every year in India are abandoned soon after their birth due to different socio-economic reasons for child labor. Because of that, the child welfare services is needed for India, for the children. Okay, the law defines for the child welfare. What are the law? It may be defines the child welfare. First one is right to survive, right to protection, right to development, right to participation. The National Plan of Action for Children has been formulated by Ministry of HRD, Human Resources Development Department. Okay, these are the laws defined for the child welfare. Nothing is there in this: right to survival, right to protection, right to development, right to participation. These are the laws to provide for the child welfare. Next, problems faced by the children. Okay, what are the problems children are faced? First one is child labor, malnutrition, no education, undergone many deadful diseases like pneumonia, malaria, some infectious diseases like communicable diseases like diarrhea. Okay, these are the deadful diseases child may attack. And next one is working in hazardous places to feed themselves. And next, undergo many respiratory problems due to pollution in the environment. These are the problems children is facing. Next, allied children. What is allied? Allied means mixing or both. Okay, here the first one is delinquent. Delinquent is a child who had committed an offense. Next, juvenile means a boy who has not attained the age 16 and girl who has not attained the age of 18 years. That is called as juvenile. Delinquency. These both are aligned children. Okay. What are the causes of this juvenile delinquency? That is biological causes, social causes, and others also is there. How we are preventing this juvenile delinquency? What are the preventive measures? First one is improvement of family life, schooling, social welfare. These are the preventive measures we are using. And next one is coming to child abuse. What is child abuse? Here it is also known as battered baby syndrome. It refers to injuries sustained by a child as a result of physical, emotional, sexual abuse. That is called as child abuse. Nothing but not only physical, it also abuse, it may means emotional or sexual also. That also is one of the abuse for the children. And next, what are the factors is predisposing? First one is parental, child related, environmental. These are the factors predisposing for the child abuse. And next, how we are preventing this child abuse? Preventive measures are, first one is identify the abusers and inform the referral services, prepare the parents and educate the children, guidance and counseling to parents, and identify the danger signs. These are the preventive measures we are following for any child is abused by physical, emotional or sexual. And coming to next one is street children. Who are the street children here? A large number of children live and work on the streets at risk of malnutrition, HIV, infections, skin diseases and vulnerable groups, drugs, drug abuse, prostitution, etc. These are the most commonly seen problems in the street children's. And how we are preventing these street children's means, here the rehabilitation by the government or non-government voluntary agencies, counseling centers, free education, facilitating adaptation of street children, job opportunities. These are the preventive measures to eradicate the street children. Next, coming to the child labor. Child labor is work for the children that harms them or exploit them physically, mentally, morally, or blocking access to education. That is called as child labor. What are the causes of child labor? First one is poverty, unemployment, lack of education. These are the causes of child labor. And next, Child Labor Act, when it is amended, means in the year 1986. What it says that, except in the process of family based work or recognized school based activities, children are not permitted to work in any of the occupations concerned. This is about the Child Labor Act. How we are preventing this child labor? What are the measures we are following for prevention of child labor? First one is increasing family income. Whenever we are increasing the family income, automatically the child labor is we are preventing. And education, here the education is one of the important point to controlling of the child labor. And next one is social services. Finally, family control of fertility. If big family is there, automatically what happen, their economic status is very less. So if it is small family is means their economic status is somewhat better compared to big family. So here the family control of fertility also one of the preventive measure for child labor. These are the 4 steps we are following for prevention of child labor. And next one is child guidance clinics. What is there in the child guidance clinics? This child guidance clinic is started in the year 1909 in Chicago. It deals with problems of all children or adolescents for one or other reasons are not fully adjust to their environment. This is about the child guidance clinic. And next one is coming to the objectives. Here the what are the objectives are followed by the child guidance clinic is prevent from becoming neurotic and psychotic services. Here they are providing. And next one is psychotherapy, play therapy, counseling, reconstruction of parental attitude, and change in the physical environment. These are the objectives are followed by the child guidance clinic. And who are the team members is there in the child guidance clinic? First one is psychiatrist, clinical psychologist, social worker, public health nurse, pediatrician, speech therapist, occupational therapist, neurologist. These are the members. Team members are there in the child guidance clinic. And next, some schemes for the children. child for their welfare. Okay, what are the schemes is there for welfare of the children is, that is international and national welfare services is there. Okay, we will discuss one by one for prevention of this child labor, child abuse, and then some clinics, everything, how we are preventing for child abuses and juvenile delinquents. Some schemes are there for the welfare of the children. What are the schemes? That is national and international schemes is there. Okay, they are protecting the children. First, we will discuss International and National Welfare Organization. What is it is? Means a specialized non-political health agency of United Nations. It is established on 7th April in the year 1948. The headquarters is at Geneva is there. The main objective of this international and national welfare organizations is health for all. This is the main objective of the international and national welfare organizations. Next, what are the functions of these schemes? These two organizations is to prevention and control of specific diseases and develop comprehensive health services, family health services, environmental health services, health statistics, biomedical researches, health literate and information, cooperations with other organizations. These are the functions they are followed in the national and international agencies. What are the national and international agencies is there? First, we will discuss international agencies, that is UNICEF. UNICEF means United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. It is established in the year 1946 by United Nations General Assembly, United Nations Children's Fund. The main objective of this UNICEF is rehabilitation of children in impoverished countries. The main functions of UNICEF is child health, child nutrition, family and child welfare, formal and non-formal education. These are the functions of UNICEF. And coming to the main motto of UNICEF is GOBI. GOBI means, that is, first one is GOBI. GOBI. First one is growth monitoring for all under 5 children. First they are monitor the growth, and after that they are identify the child physical development, whether any malnutrition is there or not, they are identifying. And next one is O for oral rehydration. Because of dehydration and diarrhea, under 5 children are morbidity and then mortality rate is more high because of this dehydration. So we are preventing for that. Oral rehydration is very very important. And third one is breastfeeding. This breastfeeding may develop the child's cognitive skills and then promote the health, prevention of infections. And fourth one finally, that is I for immunization. For immunize the for all under 5 children to prevent and control of childhood illnesses. This is about the GOBI, which is there under the UNICEF. G for growth monitoring, O for oral rehydration, B for breastfeeding, I for immunization. Okay, this is about the UNICEF. And next, international organization, that is UDNP. UDNP means United Nations Development Program. It is established in the year 1966. The main motto of this UDNP is help children of poor nations and to promote the poverty, to prevent the poverty, that is, and to provide the education. These are the steps they are followed in the United Nations Development Programs. The main motto of this is help the children for poor nations, poverty reduction, provide education. That is about UDNP. And next, coming to the USAID. USAID means it is one of the international organization, that is United States Agency for International Development. It is established in the year 1961 in New Delhi. The main functions of USAID is immunization program, ORT, that is oral rehydration therapy, family planning program, water supply and sanitation. These are the functions of United States Agency for International Development. And next one is UNESCO. What is UNESCO? UNESCO means United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It is established in the year 1945. The main motto or function of this UNESCO is early childhood literacy, literacy training for girls, women and handicapped. These are the main functions for the UNESCO. Okay, next international organizations are CARE. CARE. CARE means Cooperative Assistance and Relief Everywhere. Okay, it is established in the year 1945 in North America and 1950 in India. The main objective of this CARE is until 1980s to provide food for the children till the age group of 6 to 11 years. From May, it is 1980 to support ICDS, health development programs, income supplementation. These are the objectives for CARE. After that, it is promoted into ICDS programs. Okay, this is about the CARE. And next, ICRC. ICRC International Organization means International Committee of Red Cross. It is established in the year 1863. Headquarters is there in the Geneva, largely confined to humanitarian services on behalf of victims of war. This is about the ICRC. This is also one of the international organization. And CICH means Center for International Child Health. It was created in the year 2004. It is a research and teaching unit. Contribute to the improvement of health, nutrition and development of children in poor communities. This is about the CICH means Central for International Child Health. Okay, those are the international organizations for welfare of the children. And coming, we discuss about national agencies. National agencies we will discuss one by one. First one is Indian Council for Children Welfare. It is established in the year 1952. The headquarters is there in the Chennai. ICCW are devoted to secure the Indian children by initiating services for child welfare and development and promoting attachment of legislation and reforms to meet the needs of the children. This is about the Indian Council for Children Welfare, that is ICCW. That is one of the national organization. And next national organization is Central Social Welfare Board, a semi-social organization started by Government of India in August 1953. What they are initiated means family and child welfare services. It is started in the year 1968. This is about the Central Social Welfare Board. And next one is next national organization, that is Kasturba Gandhi National Memorial Trust. It is established in the year 1944. It is also one of the welfare services for the children. Next one is ICDS. ICDS means Integrated Child Development Services. It is started in the year 1975. The main beneficiaries of this ICDS is preschool children, pregnant and lactating mothers. What are the packages of ICDS is supplementary nutrition, immunization, health checkup, nutrition and health education, non-formal education. These are the packages under the ICDS programs. Next one is Indian Red Cross Society. It is established in the year 1920. The main objective of this Red Cross is improvement of health, prevention of disease, mitigation of suffering among people. The main functions of this Red Cross Society, Indian Red Cross Society, is relief work, milk and medical supplies, armed force, maternal and child welfare services, family planning, blood bank and first aid services they are providing. This is about the Indian Red Cross Society. Okay, these are the national and international organizations we have seen in the for the welfare of the children. Okay, for all services, national and international services are mainly they given care for the children who are under the 6 years and pregnant women and then lactating mothers. For their welfare only these organizations are developed. For this preventive pediatrics, the role of nurse is there. Okay, what is the role of nurse in preventive pediatrics? I will give a small brief side headings, that is what is the role of nurse for preventing pediatrics. First one is she act as a primary caregiver, she act as a health educator, nurse counselor, social worker, team coordinator, manager, care advocate, researcher, and she act as an independent nurse practitioner, ethical decision maker, collaborator, therapist, nurse, and community health nurse. These are the roles should be followed by the nurse. Okay, that is preventive pediatric nurse. Okay, all of you clear? This is preventive pediatrics topic. Everybody knows about what is preventive pediatrics, what are the steps it is there in the preventive pediatrics in part 1 and part 2. I hope everybody is understand about preventive pediatrics. Thank you.